2 weeks ago, Tony Stark returned to our screens in Iron Man 3. And last week, J.J. Abrams brought the crew of the Enterprise beaming back into theaters with Star Trek Into Darkness.
Just you and me. Shut your mouth.
Who will win in this battle of the summer blockbusters? Can Kirk knock Stark off the top spot? I'm Will, and this is not my war. It's Iron Man 3 versus Star Trek Into Darkness. Obviously, full disclosure, I'm predisposed towards superheroes because, well, and then Tony was like falling and Hulk was like, I'll catch you, and it was like, so beautiful. But when J.J. Abrams returns to the big screen with any cinematic offering, you can't help but pay attention. So which movie will go down in history as the supersonic slugfest that stole the summer? Iron Man 3 versus Star Trek Into Darkness. This is a 3-round battle to see who will win the summer. First, let's look at our handsome protagonist, Tony Stark versus Captain James Tiberius Kirk. Tony Stark is, in his own words, a
genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
He can charm the pants off of Gwyneth Paltrow, Scarlett Johansson, and even the God of Mischief if he puts his mind to it. But deep down, why we really love Stark is his glowing blue heart. Damn. Kirk, on the other hand, only accidentally became captain of the Enterprise, failed to seduce Uhura,
thanks, but no thanks,
almost got his entire crew killed,
I'm sorry,
and isn't even played by William Shatner anymore. But you have to admit, when it comes to leaders, Kirk is up there with the best of them. His dad was Thor, for God's sake. Still, I think this round goes to the man in the Iron Mask. Next up is round 2. Let's inspect the tech. The USS Enterprise NCC-170 is truly a sight to behold. As she sails through the cosmos, few can deny her status as the most iconic spaceship out there.
I know.
Sorry, Han. Reaching speeds of Warp 9, equipped with photon torpedoes, phasers, deflector shields, and a warp drive like no other. The Enterprise is truly a force to be reckoned with. But then so is... Stark's Iron Man armors range from the dull but practical Mark I to the gold and gaudy Mark 47. It's a fully articulated exoskeleton powered by the same arc reactor that keeps Tony Stark alive, and comes complete with repulsor rays. He's capable of flight and can take quite the pounding in battle. But this one's gonna have to go to the Enterprise. Sorry, Tony, but when you master space travel, give me a call. It's time for the final round. Let's take a look at the villains. Warning, mega spoilers ahead. If you want to skip the spoilers and you haven't seen the movie yet, click here and it'll take you right to the end of the video where you can find out who wins. Iron Man 3 sees Stark up against his toughest foe yet. It's the Mandarin, Osama bin Laden-style terrorist leader with a British accent, a sick ponytail, and an army of super-powered fire-breathing extremist soldiers. Except it doesn't. Mandarin turns out to be just a hack actor named Terry, who's playing a front for whiny businessman Aldrich Killian, who, as much as he tries to be, is not cool. In Star Trek Into Darkness, the crew of the Enterprise go up against one of their own, boring old Starfleet member John Harrison, who, it shouldn't be understated, murders Kirk's mentor, Captain Pike, hangs out with Klingons, but he's still boring old Starfleet member John Harrison. Except he's not. Huh? John Harrison is really, secretly infamous Star Trek villain, Khan. A genetically overpowered superhuman who's been asleep for 300 years. Star Trek wins round 3 thanks to the wrath of Khan. And that means Star Trek Into Darkness wins? We can't have that. Let's just readjust, and there we go. Man of Steel is this summer's biggest and best movie.
Excuse me.
Agree? Furious? Not a fan of either of the two movies? Leave me a comment below. I'm Will, and this was Star Trek vs. Iron Man. If you missed my last war about Vin Diesel becoming a superhero, click here to check it out. Vin will love you for it.